Many of the formulas that you create in Excel will refer to cells by their address. For example, I currently have cell I5 clicked, and you can see that reference at the top left corner in the name box here. If I were to click in J5, then that reference would update. If you want to refer to ranges of cells, you can do so by creating a named range and then use the name in a formula instead of the cell addresses. And in this movie, I will show you how to create them. My sample file is 0304 named ranges, and you can find it in the Chapter 3 folder of the exercise files collection. In my workbook, I have columns of data for calendar year sales broken down by month. Let's say that I want to create a formula that finds the sum of all sales for 2024 and use a named range to do it. To start, I will go to the Formulas tab of the ribbon and then click Name Manager. And then to start, I will click New. And here I can create a new name. And if I drag the new name dialog box to the right, you can see that it has suggested CY 2024 because that is the label that I have above it. So yours might be different depending upon the cell that you have selected. The scope will be workbook. We'll never change that. And then below, we can indicate what it refers to. It is currently only referring to cell G5. So I'll click the Ref Edit button. That is the Reference Editor button to the right of refers to. And then I'll select cells G5 through G16, being very careful not to select the total below, because that would end up giving us a total twice. And I have G5 through G16, which is correct, so I'll click the Expand Dialog button to expand the dialog box. And as you can see, it took me a few tries to click it. So I have CY24, and the reference is there. Then I'll click OK, and I have my new name. From within the Name Manager, I can edit or delete any name that I create. I could also edit it directly by changing its refers to reference here on the main page of the Name Manager. In this case, however, I'm done, so I'll click Close, and I will now use the name I just created in a formula. So I'll click in cell I5, type equal, and we'll find the sum of the range that I just created. So I have sum followed by left parentheses, and I will start typing CY, and as I do, the name appears in the formula autocomplete list. It's currently highlighted in green, so I'll press Tab. That enters it in, and you can also see the number of cells, or the range of cells, associated with the name range appear in blue. So it's been highlighted exactly the same way as a single cell reference would be in a standard formula. Now I'll type a right parentheses and return, and I have the value. I can also do the same thing for rows, in this case horizontal rows. So I will select cells B5 through G5, and this time I'll go through Define Name. So I'll click Define Name, then Define Name. The name is January, and it refers to B5 through G5. Click OK, and there is the named range. While I have B5 through G5 selected, you can see that January, which is the name of the named range, appears in the name box. If I were to click G5 or select G5 through G16, then CY24, again, calendar year 24, appears in the name box, referring to the named range that is currently selected. If I want to find the average of all January sales, then I can click in J5 equal. The function we'll use is average, and I'll type in January. When I type a capital J, I get January as my only autocomplete entry. So there I have January, right parentheses and enter, and there is the average sale value. Named ranges make your formulas much easier to understand. Take the time to create a few of them and start using them in your formulas. You'll be very glad that you did.